Hi everyone, it's me, Sailor Moon here, Serena here, and it's me, Sailor Neptune, Sailor SeaWorld, Michelle here, and as you can see behind us, this is our swimming pool. Now, one of these days, if we ever get in the mood to bring everyone out here, would I mean bring out all the Irwin doll stands, including the other doll stands, and have everybody stand near the pool and say, hey, we had a pool outing, though we didn't really go in the pool. So today's film is about what do Sailor Moon followers want when it comes to Sailor Moon? Because at the end of the day, it tends to be no one really seems to know what they want. I mean, TOEI never seems to know what Sailor Moon followers want. I mean, yes, there is a Sailor Moon live song shows, or I guess whatever you want to call them, that's been going all over the 4-1 Kingdom and all over the 4-1 Reichs, you know. But beyond that, except for all the books being, written over and over, except for the books being forlayed over and over again with new covers and new drawings, or at least up-to-date drawings, there's really not that much. And after Sailor Moon, Hearst 1, 2, and 3, Forever and Stars were streamed, there really doesn't seem to be that much, except for the dolls that have been made by Bandai and the Great Eastern Glee and many other sundry other businesses. I mean, at the end of the day, there doesn't really seem to be a whole lot going on for Sailor Moon beyond that. Now, no one's going to say that Sailor Moon is dead, because no, it's not. But as a drawing show wise, yeah, it only had 5 followings. However you looked at it, there were only 5 followings for the first 9 between 90 YL drawing show that ran from 9 between 92 YL to 9 between 95 YL. There were only 5 followings of the 20-0 drawing show that ran from 24 between FYL till 2023 YL. So we all know that's over with. But what's next for Sailor Moon? Everybody keeps bringing up, about Codename Sailor V or Hidden Name Sailor V. Will that ever get a drawing show? You would like to think that's the next thing that TOEI will do, but your guess is good as mine if that will ever be done. The nearest thing that my friend Sailor Venus or Sailor V or Sailor Hellesfeld got was her 2 drawing books that came out. But no, and never did get the never did get a drawing show, which there would have been enough at least to make 2 followings out of, because at least there were 2 books. You got anything to say about what you think the upcoming of Sailor Moon's going to be? Well, at the end of the day, Sailor Moon, Serena, I don't know what it's going to be. I mean, there's a lot of folks out there who strongly believe, that Sailor Moon is over, at least in a drawing show end of things. I mean, yes, there was a Sailor Moon folk work that started up not too long ago, but Pluto TV or whatever, Underworld Farseer, is the only one that has the rights to it. And they mostly only seem to run all the 5 followings of the drawing show, the 9 between 90, and only do Hearst 1, 2, and 3. And they don't really put anything in English. Well, they do when the thing to put it into it took them years to get around to making the thing so you could read it. But beyond that, I don't really think there's anything else that's happening in Sailor Moon, except for the Sailor Moon Live song shows, which have been going all over the 4-1 Kingdom and all over the 4-1 Reichs, and God knows whatever lands it will be going into. But beyond that, except for the books that keep getting forlayed with, newer covers and, new up-to-date drawings, but really after that, there's not really that much, will, I mean, and when you get down to asking who owns Sailor Moon, because that is an asking thing itself, like who has the main ownership and the sleigh that comes with that main ownership or might. Well, some folks say that it's half owned between the TOEI business and half owned between the elderly Niall Golding's business. And they say the elderly Niall Golding's business has more ownership in sleigh than the TOEI business, but I don't really know if that's true or not. But what do I know? I mean, you look at the dolls being made by Bandai and the Great Eastern Glee business and other businesses. It goes underneath, it says double right, the Toei business, double right, elderly Niall Golding's business, you know. So who really knows the upcoming of Sailor Moon? Will something happen when Sailor Moon becomes 40 years old or 50 years old? Who knows? Will there ever be a will? And other asking things is, and no one never brings this up, that will PGSM ever get a true broadcast? But the truth is, I don't think that live Farseer show that ran from 2003 while to 2004 while will never ever get picked up for any streaming or broadcast right in any land and never be put into any English beyond Dawnish. Well, you're right, Sailor Neptune. You're right, Sailor SeaWorld. You're right, Michelle. At the end of the day, no one really truly knows what the upcoming of Sailor Moon is. No one knows what's going to happen with it, what new things they'll do. I mean, Sailor Moon is a gald maker, and the Toei business and the Adley Niall Golding's business will make gald with it, either through the selling of books, the selling of film games, which there seems to be a lack of right now, with the selling of books and film games and the selling of dolls. They don't have to worry about not making, any gald off of any Sailor Moon thing, because Sailor Moon's a gald maker. But at the end of the day, we don't know what they're going to do next. And someone in the Sailor Moon followership are going to give their thoughts on it. And they may have already given their thoughts on it, or what they think the upcoming of Sailor Moon's going to be. But I do not know. So, at the end of the day, it is what it is, So I just want to say, give this film a like, share it, playlist it, give your thoughts on what you think the upcoming of Sailor Moon's going to be, and what do you think the Toei business and Adley Niall Golding's business is going to do with Sailor Moon next. And I'll see you later.